All right, on to the third debate. Have you guys ever played Pinball FX?
Yes.
Either the first one or the second one?
No.
Yes.
Or the VR version? There
Yes.
multiple ones. Well, this game is still going strong. New DLC is coming out shortly. Despite being released originally in 2007. This is an old game. Virtual pinball. So that's what it is. So I ask you, what real-life pinball machine should be added, and why is it better than your opponent's? So your debate would kind of be about features of the game, art style of the actual cabinet pinball machine, or anything regarding those machines themselves. All paddles are off. Mike, you're up first. Go ahead.
Oh, don't worry, I'll start us off really strong. Hey, listen, this past sort of date night that I had with the wife, we went to Eau Claire, which is a city up north in Wisconsin. And we went to this really cool barcade that is downtown Eau Claire, and I saw some awesome pinball machines, and I played a bunch of them. Now, full disclosure, I am terrible at pinball. I am awful. But I love the design. I love the colors, like Justin was saying, like all these features, all these different IPs that you could utilize to create a pinball board. And the one, Justin, you're not going to be surprised by this at all. The one that caught my eye right away is just recently, I believe within the last 5 years, Stern Pinball created a Rush pinball game. Rush is the band that I love. I love Rush. Neil Peart, I have always believed is the greatest drummer of all time. R.I.P. Neil Peart passed away, I believe within the last 5 years as well. But man, this pinball table is so cool. It's got some of the best art style I've ever seen. It's got Easter eggs of like all the albums and even Easter eggs of certain songs. You got like Fly By Night and stuff like that, and you got Tom Sawyer, and you got 2112. It's just a bunch of awesome, really cool Easter eggs. And yeah, it's so good. It is so good.
All right. I'm looking at this table right now, the time machine and all. Cicero, over to you. What do you have that beats Rush out of the park?
Rush is a seminal band and an incredible band, and so many people love them. I like them because a lot of my friends like them. But I only know part of Tom Sawyer. That's it. I don't really know a lot about Rush. And so as a result of not really knowing a lot about Rush, the Rush pinball machine, that pinball cabinet could be really cool. And I'll appreciate it for a pinball cabinet, but the Easter eggs they'll just be eggs for me. Which... that sucks. But like you said, Duck, what do I have behind me? And that's the right question, because what do I have behind me? Look over my shoulder. What do you see right there? What's that box say? That box says magic. Everyone loves magic. Magic is wonderful. Magic is mystical. Magic is universal. And therefore, they should add the Theater of Magic pinball machine as the new pinball machine in Pinball FX, because this machine does tricks. You can put things in boxes and they disappear. Watch your score just explode.
Disappear.
Yes.
watch your score disappear.
And reappear even higher than it was before. Watch it levitate.
All right.
It's a really cool cabinet.
Magical. whimsical.
Yeah. You know, you're right. Not a lot of people gravitate towards Rush. But just like the last question, people are going to be rushing to this DLC because it's Rush. Got him. Anyway, that was dumb. No. So obviously, I think that just this more modern sensibilities to this pinball machine could translate a little bit better to probably the electronic version in Pinball FX. This Theater Magic here is an old one. Is it the one from 1995 that I'm seeing?
Yes.
That I'm Googling? Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, I just think that again, the modern sensibilities of the pinball table for Rush is just probably going to translate to Pinball FX a little bit better. I honestly though, like, it's not also just like the flashes and all that. Pinball has a lot of those features, really cool art and stuff like that. But the one thing that you did mention is that a lot of people love Rush, right? A lot of people love their music. You might only know Tom Sawyer, but newsflash, you're not the only person in the world. So we're good. We're good here on that. And what pinball really does need is great sound design. And when I'll tell you what, when I was playing this Rush cabinet, the little notes and the little hints of Rush and their identity as a band and their awesome music just was amazing. And that's what brings people probably to this table, is because it's a timeless band that has created some of the best music of all time. And it is sound designed into this table, and it just works with wherever your ball goes. There's hints, there's runs of YYZ, there's runs of Tom Sawyer, there's runs of Fly By Night, there's runs of 2112 album. It's like the sound is awesome. I loved my time playing it. It will be sort of a blast from the past for a lot of people, but also it is a table that has very unique, but also very very highly designed sound design sensibilities to where your ball is going. I think this fits a little bit better than your Theater of Magic does.
So, Mike, you previously stated that you've never played Pinball FX, right? So the question was asked. Mm-hmm. You play Pinball FX? I said yes. Play Pinball FX 2? I said yes. Play VR Pinball FX? I said yes. And you said no to all of those things. Primarily, one of the reasons that I said yes and you said no is because I am old and you are young. And it's the old guys that remember going to the arcade and seeing that the arcade was 50-50. Arcade cabinets, as we know them to be today, and pinball cabinets. And slowly but surely, arcade cabinets outnumbered the pinball cabinets, but we always got to see the cool ones and the best ones. And then by 1995, when pinball cabinets were all but gone, only the very best were created. And that is why Theater of Magic is a good one, is one that many fans of Pinball FX would see and know and love and covet, because they remember playing that original cabinet back when they were a kid, and they probably have longed for that. One of the reasons that I personally love Pinball FX is because they released some of my all-time favorite pinball machines, and I was able to play them again, and that made it worth whatever the price was to be able to play those pinball machines again. And I guarantee you that there are several people who feel the same way about Theater of Magic.
You are right, Cicero. You are old.
Yes.
And there are other old people
yes.
that liked pinball.
Yes.
And so I thank you. I thank you very much for also bolstering my argument. There's a lot of old people who listen to Rush. There's a lot of old people who remember taking out that vinyl from the vinyl sleeve and listening to Rush. And what better way for the old people who loved pinball and for the old people who also loved Rush to play Rush Pinball on Pinball FX?
Well, I will just say that
let me do something.
Right.
This last back and forth is going to be a take off of one of our styles, the friendly fight.
Right.
This last back and forth, you will only talk good about your opponent's argument.
All right. Well, do I get to defend because we? All right. Well, it's okay.
Let him defend.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Go ahead.
I will say this in the friendliest of ways, that even though I fit into both the old demographic and the pinball fan demographic, so it's not all of them. I will say that a lot of them, Mike is right, that a lot of those people that fit into that demographic love Rush.
Okay. Mike, go ahead with your friendly arguments portion.
I'll go back to Cicero's original argument. Everybody does love Magic. And I think that this cabinet has some awesome art design, has some really cool mechanics with magic tricks and everything. And I think Magic is even just more on the rise with, recent AGT performances with like Shin Lim and all those guys. So Magic Table would be good to add as well.
All right, Cicero, what do you have to say about Rush?
Oh no! Well, I think I said it in my.
You already did.
I said it in my friendly fight.
Okay.
It is most, but not all.
Okay. All right. Gosh, I'm a huge Rush fan. Also a huge pinball fan, so I'm on the, other side of that spectrum. But I know Theater of Magic. I didn't even know Rush came out with a pinball machine. And I know this is probably going to be controversial, but Pinball FX does add the old stuff. Sure, they added Star Wars and a few things to get you in the door, but most of their machines are the things that we remember. We remember playing, and Cicero said the things that stuck around are the ones that mattered most. And this was one of those machines. The amount of different features in Theater of Magic and the art style alone related to everybody. Every machine has ramps. This one has stairs designed in as a ramp. So it looks like you're going upstairs. It's awesome. Mike's Rush one has a time machine and the fly-by-night bottom that looks really cool. The owl on the bottom with the wings underneath the ball guard, that looks sick. I'm gonna give it to Cicero on this one. Yeah. Theater of Magic is a phenomenal machine. I've played it, and the features are physical features on the machine. It's not just lights and shows and sounds, which are great for pinball machines, but the physical things moving around is what catches your eye when you see that inside the glass reacting to your balls. Family friendly. Cicero, that's a point for you.
Yes.
Mike from Test Your Might here. Thanks for listening to this debate topic from the latest episode of Test Your Might. If you'd like to listen to the full podcast, check out the links below. Please subscribe to the channel over to my left and check out this playlist to my left as well. Bye.